everyone, this is Matthew Brand. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about why I don't think white people should say the N-word. To be completely honest, I'm mixed my damn self. I don't really fit into any stereotypes particularly, but I really got to say that, I moved out to a white neighborhood when I was in my teenage years, and going out to this almost all white school, I had dealt with so much racial issues I didn't even think existed anymore. When I was in Detroit, they really didn't have that kind of problem. I know a lot of people in the suburbs, Metro Detroit suburbs, they think that if they go to Detroit, they're going to get killed just because they're Caucasian. And frankly, no one really gives a damn. I mean, no one does. Who cares? I'm living really next to a bunch of nothing but white people right now in Detroit. Really, I can see Detroit out my window, and all my neighbors live fine. They're in the nice. I'm actually in a nice neighborhood. It's a diverse one. It's not all white, but it just so happens my immediate neighbors are. That's not the point. The point is, the reason I think white people shouldn't say the N word is because it's meant as an offensive word. There's really nothing else to it. I mean, when you really think about it, it's an offensive word towards black people. And when black people say it to each other, they're really just kind of laughing stuff off. But that's upon the person who receives it to be offended or not. I have black people I know I can't say the N word to. I can't say it. They get offended. So it applies the same way. If you say something offensive to someone and they get offended by it, you have to accept that and apologize. Whereas other people, they don't want to accept, they feel like they should say whatever they want to, and people need to just lighten up. But it's offensive. It's meant to be offensive. Now, if you had just, called somebody, you used to walk up to a chick and you call her, hey dude, how you doing? And you didn't mean it as in calling her a guy, but she gets offensive. That's not really dude's not an offensive word. She's just offensive about what you're saying. Here's a really good one. Take one girl and tell her she looks like another girl who's not very attractive. Now, if she gets offended by it, that's all in her perception because you could consider the other girl to be attractive yourself. So technically, that's not offensive either. But saying that saying the N word, saying other racial slurs or whatever, they're meant to be offensive. You have to get over the fact that you're not supposed to say offensive words if the other person doesn't want to hear it. You should expect them to get mad, if you don't know them well. Now, if you do know them well and you say and you still offend them, hey, just apologize and say you didn't mean to hurt them, because that's a whole different story. When you actually know somebody, but a random person, why would you want to offend a random person to begin with, unless they did something to you? Now, if they did something to you and you do say something racially offensive, here's the deal. You're still racist. Why? Because why does the insult have to be racial? If somebody who was in your same freaking racial category, you insulted them, and you don't have to use the racial slur. I mean, do you really? Do you really? And I don't want to hear that dictionary crap about, in the dictionary it doesn't mean that. What dictionary are you reading? Really? I've read a bunch of dictionaries. I still have not come across the part in the dictionary where it says that the N word is not directed towards black people. I mean, maybe in one of the definitions, but I'm pretty sure under every time the word nigger comes up, in one of the definitions it says a derogatory term towards black people or something along those lines. So I don't get that. Anyway, as I was saying, if you use racial slur when you're mad at somebody, someone that does something offensive to you, then it's still racist. If you say something bigoted in any form, if you insult gay people, you're still being prejudiced just because a gay person did something to you. It wasn't because they're gay. If someone did something bad to you, it wasn't because they're black or because they're Hispanic or because they're white. It doesn't matter. And if some white person doesn't want to hear the N word when you walk up there and call them that, you shouldn't call them that either. Anyway, that's just my little rant. The reason I said that is because I deal with that a lot lately, and I'm still surprised because it's 2015. It's almost 2016, and I really shouldn't have to keep hearing that. And every time, I mean, you can't even excuse somebody because somebody always talks about how their great grandmother, brother, sister, cousin was married to a black person, and their great uncle's father, brother's mother did something really great for them at one point in time. Like that, what does that have to do with you? Really, what does it? Oh, sorry for the rant.